Okay, welcome back. It's Tuesday, and that means it's a weeknight, and this is weeknights.
This is Weeknights, yeah.
Oh, what an exciting episode we have for you today on weeknights. You know, I wore this shirt on purpose.
So you know
Someone,
as kryptonite.
someone must have made kryptonite legal because, man, they are stabbing Superman up out there. We're gonna get to it in just a second.
This is such a special episode that I've already created the description for it. Like we didn't need.
I thought about doing the artwork too, but I said, nah, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I did the description.
Because I wasn't even gonna put us in the artwork.
I did.
It was just gonna be Kendrick. 6 pictures of Kendrick, one for each minute of the diss record.
Yeah, it was it was very easy. It's gonna be a very easy time today.
Yeah. So this is what I'm gonna say, listeners, viewers. Thank you for being here, especially if you're one of our subscribers. Thank you. Today is gonna be fun for us. But if you don't like rap beef, it's probably not gonna be fun for you.
Probably not.
Today's all beef. That's right. So this is Western beef. That's what we doing today. You know what I'm saying?
It is Western beef.
I know. I wish that we named our episodes like other podcasters because I would totally just call this episode Western Beef, but we don't name them that way. So,
but
we should probably introduce ourselves though.
Yeah, I'm Dash
because we're hype and we just about to get right into it.
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka Cool Grandma, but not really, aka the real king of R&B, aka Vamoose, but I'm not going off camera right now. AKA where I want to be, because you just never know where I'm going to be. I am back on the blue couch, by the way. I am back at Hardly headquarters.
That's right.
For a moment. We'll see how long this lasts, but you
never know. You might have to pod on location again.
Exactly. My obligations require that I pod on location sometimes. So, bear with me and my lighting issues. And, I feel like my background is, the Hartley background is more, exciting. But, yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Couldn't do this pod alone. Especially not today. Wouldn't have been fun today to do it alone.
Especially not today. You're right.
And who am I? I am JD, aka He Who Pods. And that's it for today. Just those two AKAs today. That's all I got. I had something else, but I'm gonna keep it in the back pocket for now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oof. Listen, if you just want to get to it, then
let's just say Kendrick wasn't the only one in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
So, I won't be dissing Drake though.
But we will. We will go down a rabbit hole today.
Well, actually, that's not really true.
Oh.
But y'all could wait for that. Anyway.
But what we will be doing is going down a rabbit hole today.
Got to go down the rabbit hole. Today we are definitely going down a rabbit hole.
Right. For Kendrick.
And this one, I'm about to say, this is not the rabbit hole I'll be releasing very soon. This is Kendrick Lamar. Euphoria.
Listen. Now, I just, you know what my favorite thing to do is, where were you, or what were you doing, or like how did it happen when you found out? So I do want to share, because I was so excited. I had to wait like hours to hear back from you today, but
I was outside,
which is fine, which is totally fine. The problem was that I was so excited. I'm in the middle of my very busy work day. I said, let me take a little break. Let me take a little scroll break. Let me on the socials and just see what's happening in the streets. I open Instagram.
And flames came out.
Somebody I follow, Candice Bembo. I'm sure some people probably know her. But Candice Bembo, who, her content is not about hip hop or anything like that. But she posted something. I want to say she posted, a lot of times she'll post like images of her like words, like kind of like, how people post like their Twitter posts and whatever. And it says something like, wow, he really said that. And I was like, what's she talking about? And then I went in the comments and people were just like fire emojis and yup, he sure did. And I'm like, this sounds like something that I need to know.
Yep.
And I'm scrolling, and this must have just happened because I'm scrolling and I'm not finding anything. Like, why do I think this is a Kendrick verse? Well, a Kendrick song.
At that time, right? At that time, you ain't know.
I'm like, why do I think this is a Kendrick response? And so, I go digging on the internet because you got to go digging sometimes. And I went digging on the
Sometimes you gotta
internet.
dig.
And of course, I see Variety. Air to the street. Air to the street.
You know what I'm
Variety is
saying?
like
Variety's
Kendrick
like this.
Lamar.
Ear to the ground.
Kendrick Lamar dropped Drake diss track. 6 minute song. So I'm like, huh?
Ooh.
And then I refresh Instagram. And there goes Shade Room talking about Kendrick releases a 6 minute song seemingly dissing Drake. I'm like, seemingly? What are y'all talking about, seemingly? I hadn't even listened to it yet, and I was like, y'all really using the word seemingly? So, I go to Amazon Music. I told y'all I had a free trial. I go to Amazon Music. It's not there. I'm like, okay. Where is it? And then I go to Spotify and I see it. It's there. Because, Spotify be getting everything first.
Yep.
So I see it on Spotify and I'm like, I gotta listen to this. So, again, I was on a break. So I listened. I said, oh, wait a minute. I lied. I did not listen to it yet. I immediately, because I am the best co-host ever, I immediately message you and I am like, I need you to call me right now. I need you to call me because I didn't want to tell you over text. Like, I wanted to hear your reaction. I was really excited about what your reaction would be. Also, I'm like, I don't want you to go to the internet before talking to me. So now,
Right.
like, I'm sure once you looked at your messages, you were like, what is going on? There's like 5 text messages from me going, hey, hello, please give me a call. It's not an emergency, but it is important.
And then I saw a message right after that said, fuck it, I'ma just send it.
Right. I was like, I cannot wait.
It's like, okay, I don't know what this is. But something happened.
Cannot wait.
And then I saw a paragraph that started with Spotify. I said,
Mm-hmm.
only one thing this could be, but it can't be that.
Right.
Let me just call her like she asked.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And at that point, I had listened to it several times actually, and
That's what you said.
I was like, listen, he did his big one.
That is what you said.
I was like, I really think he did his big one with this.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's what you said.
I know you're laughing because that's not something I say.
It's not, but that's all right because you did say that on the phone.
I did say that. And obviously at that point you listened to it. So
Then we had a chat.
then we had a chat.
which we had to cut short because we knew we had to pod.
It's really hard sometimes because it's like you want to like talk your shit, but you can't because you got to save it for the pod. We're like a reality show, but not really. Remember how I explained reality television the other day? That's exactly how podcasting works sometimes.
Sometimes.
But anyway, react.
That's funny. You sound like me. I say that on Man Cave all the time. I'm like, okay, so this is what happened. React.
Right.
And then they all sit there like this. Until someone gets brave enough to speak.
First. And it's very much Brady Bunch style with Man Cave. The way you were looking around, obviously that's probably not the way it looks because everybody's looking at a screen, but you do kind of feel like, hey, up there.
Right. I'm looking around like that. I'm like, who's gonna? Anyone? Anybody? You in the bottom? You want to go first? You?
It's very Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Shout out to Man Cave and the fellas over there. Now.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk Kendrick. So, context.
Yep.
First person shooter came out in October.
Mm-hmm.
And they seemingly dissed Kendrick. And then, months later, we all know now about the Billboard top #1 for 3 or 4 weeks now. Like that, Kendrick came through and shook him up. And then about 2 weeks later, Drake responded with a leak that we didn't know if it was Drake or not for a while. We even heard it on different beats with different lyrics.
Yep.
And finally, Push Ups came out, where Drake responded to many people, but mostly to Kendrick.
Right.
And that was the day after the second Future and Metro album dropped. We Still Don't Trust You. And now, 2 weeks later, Kendrick has responded with Euphoria. A 6-minute and 40-second song. Let me get the timestamp correct here because the fact that this is this long is great. There's a lot of things that are great, but we're gonna get to it. Spotify got it at 6 minutes and 23 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a longer one on YouTube with a couple more seconds, but listen, 6+ minutes where he addresses Drake directly. And #1 trending on Twitter at one point was Joe Budden, because Joe Budden said on his podcast, there's been a rumor going around that originally Kendrick was asked to be on First Person Shooter. And when he was not on it, then people made it a Kendrick diss of sorts. That was the rumor. And it seems like that rumor was true. And so people are very excited that Joe Budden was right. And I saw some hate too. They called him goofy. They was like, goofy ass Joe Budden is right again. I said, man, you can't even be right. Niggas be mad you be right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it seems like all of this started because he wouldn't be on First Person Shooter. And I think that's really interesting. So I'd like to start there.
Okay.
He said there's 3 goats. And I see 2 of them on stage kissing and hugging. Dash has been telling y'all about this friendship for a long time. And now Kendrick told y'all about it too. Called niggas by their first names, by their real names. He said, Colin, Aubrey, they don't want it. They know the crown is heavy.
Yep.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by saying this.
Okay.
I'm glad that Kendrick responded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he took his time. And I was a little nervous, I got to be honest, because when the track first starts and it's like that slow R&B groove,
Mhm.
I said, man, I really hope this ain't it, because if this is what 6 minutes, I don't want to listen to 6 minutes of this.
He knew y'all was gonna underestimate him when that beat
I said, this like
started.
spoken word type of thing
Hmm.
he got going on is cute, but it ain't it ain't gonna do what needs to be done here.
I didn't think
Because
that.
because Drake fans, they think that Drake is Superman.
Right.
And they talking real greasy in these R&B records.
Hmm.
And I was nervous. And as my nervousness started turning to a little bit of anxiety, I said,
The
"Oh
beat
man, I'm
changed.
starting to sweat because this is making me nervous. He don't look like this is it looked like this is about to happen for 6 minutes, man. I truly hope that this doesn't. Oh, the beat just changed. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, we here now.
It was like
All right, now
to me
this
that
sounds like
beat
a diss
change.
record.
To me that beat change was worth the wait because yes, it goes on a little bit longer than I think it would normally be. Like I don't, and maybe that's just impatience. It could be, but to
Yes,
me, it felt like it
because he
went.
was dissing them already.
He was, but it felt like it would. I never questioned whether the beat was going to change or not, but I did. I actually think I would have been surprised if the beat hadn't changed, but I remember thinking to myself, so this is he's doing this a little bit too long. Like, when is the beat gonna change?
Right.
And then it comes in and you're like, pleasant surprise. Like, this is good. I feel
Then the real
good.
beat drops.
We're in a good spot.
Right.
Let's keep it going. But yeah, he
Oh,
starts dissing him from the very beginning, even though it's just that slow, um, like you said, that R&B beat. He goes he kind of cues us up. He's like, now,
right.
now, now,
Right.
now, kids.
Right.
You got to build up to it. So I'm gonna build it.
And
I'm
and
gonna build it slowly.
and I'm not mad at that.
Hmm.
Not at all. Because when that second beat dropped, I said, "Oh, okay. Now we ready.
Yeah.
Now we ready." And then I was getting quite used to that beat. But then they start taking out instruments and putting different instruments and just leaving the drums and the hi hats.
Yep.
And then the beat changed a third time. I said,
That was
three
one of my
beats,
favorite.
nigga.
Yeah. That was one of my
The
favorite parts.
he said, "Oh,
And
everybody want to do
effortlessly.
everybody want to do two beats. All right,
But it changed effortlessly. Like the transition from one beat to the next to me was seamless. I feel like it isn't always that way.
right,
Sometimes it's abrupt, and I know that that's intentional. Like people are very talented. People are making these beats. I don't think that it's happening because they're not skilled at what they're doing. But it actually makes me think of, and I'm not trying to bring up Drake in this moment, but it makes me think of oh my gosh, what is I can't remember the name of the song right now. This with
I
oh
don't
my
know any
gosh,
records with shit on them."
it's it's not clown. It's not Drake's song. Is it
Oh man,
what's Kylie's baby daddy's name?
who?
Travis Scott? Is it the Travis Scott song?
Oh, yes, sicko mode.
Sicko Mode is what I'm trying to think of. And I like Sicko Mode, but I feel like the beat change on Sicko Mode is very abrupt.
Yeah,
So this and I am someone who call it OCD, but like I like symmetry. I like when things align and things are neat and things are, So to me, this was very seamless, and I love that. I appreciated that very much. I was like, you didn't shock me, you surprised me, but it was a
right.
good surprise. So yeah, I love the beat changes. I thought he
Yeah,
was very skillfully done.
And speaking of skill, I agree. Not only did he give us beat changes, he gave us voice changes as well.
Yes, he was Canadian. I don't because Drake's accent is not always Canadian, but he
Yep.
was Drake today.
Yep. You didn't even know it was going to be Halloween.
I had no idea there were going to be voice impressions. I had no idea.
Kendrick changed his voice quite a few
He
times
did.
on this 6 minute record. And he also changed flows quite a few
He
times
did.
on this 6 minute record.
Which showed
And
his
I have to
range.
be, yes, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, I have to be honest. I am impressed. And, I have said for many years that I think Kendrick is often overhyped. I think the same about Drake, but
Mm-hmm.
there's less to say about Drake because I think that's a general thing we know,
Yeah.
right? I don't think too many people who are MCs or
Mm-hmm.
fans of MCs or hardcore hip hop fans, quote unquote, uh, debate that. I think they all feel like, yeah, Drake is more pop than anything else. But a lot of people don't agree with me about Kendrick being overhyped. I felt that way for a long time. His first album came out and already it's a classic. It's a classic as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
It was compared to Nas Illmatic, like almost immediately. That left a bad taste in my mouth. So it was hard for me to like Kendrick from the beginning. And I've always thought, and I've said this here before, I've always felt like the way Kendrick is overhyped is comparable to LeBron, right? A lot of times LeBron could just do a regular dunk and people are like, oh my God, it was the greatest dunk ever. And you're like, all right, okay. It was a regular dunk. I got it. Thanks. All right. They changed the 3 point line to make it closer. LeBron starts shooting way more threes. People are like, oh my, and now he shoots threes. This is crazy.
They don't
And
like it
I
when
was
you
like,
talk about LeBron.
I was like, all right, man, this is ridiculous. And I feel the same way about Kendrick. And I've said that here before. When To Pimp a Butterfly came out,
Okay, I was gonna
it was
ask,
like
was that
that.
the first album? So it was.
No. To
So
Pimp a Butterfly is not his first
it's
album.
not the first. So okay, so what was his first album? Because you just mentioned his first
Good
album.
Kid, Mad City.
Okay, it was Good Kid, Mad City. Okay, because those were the
Good
two that
Kid,
I
Mad
was
City.
trying to figure out which one was
Differentiate.
which. Yeah.
Yeah. Good Kid, Mad City is Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
Yeah.
Pour Up, Drink. Switch Up,
Hmm.
Drink.
No, I know it.
And
I just
mad other shit.
yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite Kendrick songs is from that album. But I always felt like Section 80 is better, and real
Okay.
Kendrick fans, they know Section 80. Quote unquote casual fans, they don't know Section 80. But anyway,
I
when
don't, but
Paper
I do know
Butterfly,
that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh sorry, when Paper Butterfly came out, it was like the LeBron thing where people are like, oh my God, did you hear this? This is the craziest shit ever. And I was like, Dead Prez been doing this for like 20 years. What are y'all talking about? Matt, this is not some super fly new spectacular never done before shit, but he's skilled. And so I feel the same way a lot of times about both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've said here before, I've said many times, I think they're both great, but people make them seem like the greatest shit since sliced bread, and I don't always agree.
Yeah.
Today, the LeBron James argument is a little different. He's in year 20 playing like he's in year 5. Okay, fine. A little different. But
I mean,
throughout his career, that's how it's largely come off to me. And I felt a lot about Kendrick like that. Like he did Unmixed, Unmastered, which I think is just called Unmastered. And it was like, oh my God, this is so innovative. I can't believe he put out music that's never been mixed before. It's like,
yeah.
but mad people have done that for years. It's called mixtapes and mad other songs. And in fact, people clown people who put out music that's not mixed and mastered. It's weird. Anyway, all of that to say, I was very impressed by this record. I'm going to say why. I think that today Kendrick showed us how skilled and how creative he can be.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, you could do a 6 minute rap song. There's 7 and 8 minute rap songs that are diss records.
Yeah.
The Game dropped 300 bars, and I think that was like 9 minutes or something. Joe Budden has also had super long diss records. When he dissed Drake, it was like 6.5 minutes, the first record.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. Anyway, so yes, that has been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. But to switch flows many times, switch voices many times, switch the beat, switch the subject matter. Yeah, yo, Kendrick showed us I am both skilled. I not even both, because there's multiple things, but he showed us I'm skilled, I'm creative, I'm ready for war, I'm witty, I'm tapped in, because some of the things that he says in the verse, they're very recent things. And they're
Oh,
things
things that
that
have
are
happened in the last 2
impactful,
weeks.
right?
Yeah.
And even the things further back, right? Like he mentioned, I always forget the guy's name, YNB Melly or YNK Melly, whatever. But this the guy that when we were doing, I'm about to tell you, you're gonna remember. Remember we did on Let's Have a Real Conversation, we did a segment about the rapper who allegedly killed his friends.
Yeah.
And the record was used as evidence.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
That's YNK Melly or YNB Melly, whatever his name is. That's the guy who killed his quote unquote friends. And that's why Kendrick said, I hope they're my friends, because if not, I'm that guy. They gotta go.
Yeah. I heard
Then he said, I know a lot of shit. I know I'll snitch so much it'll make Gunna look like nobody.
I heard him say that. I said, oh.
He said, I got a lot of shit to tell y'all.
And he said, what did he say? He said, if you keep telling lies, I'll start telling truths. And I was like, I love that line. Oh
He
my
said,
gosh.
if you don't stop telling
If you don't
lies,
stop
I'll
telling
start telling
lies, I'll
truths.
start telling truths. Y'all
Or
know I'm not
something
gonna
like
get
that.
the words correct, but
it just came out today. Give us some credit.
Right.
We shouldn't even remember this much, probably. But
and I'm surprised
yes.
I remember so much because I never.
And that, my friends, is the caption. You about to see that caption on a lot of people's posts.
Oh yeah, even me. I was like, I'm not really a caption girl. I'm not really into. I would just be like a little deuces or something in my captions, and the 2 little black fingers. That's me.
Right.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
If
it's
not,
not for you.
it's all good. Right. That's
So
it.
I was like, "Oh, this is a cute little line to put somewhere. Like, I need to put this, I need to put this on my desk or something. Just give it a little shine, a little display.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere, behind here where I'm going to show the people my wall.
Show them, man. They never get to see it.
Never
You know what I'm
get to
saying?
see Wu-Tang.
We got to move it the other way. We can't see Usher in them.
All right, hold on. Let me try.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Show them.
I'm going to show them. So we got
Show
Erykah
'em.
Badu,
Show 'em.
black girls, because black girls. We
You
got
got it.
Wu-Tang is for the kids right there. We got Usher. And
No, we can't see Usher. You moved it too far.
you can't. Okay, let me see.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Usher, Erykah
Yeah.
Badu, George Jefferson, because
It's George Jefferson.
because pop culture. But
It's
yeah,
George Jefferson. Why not?
I feel like there's space up there. I left spaces so I could add other stuff. There's totally space for me to add a Kendrick quote, and I don't know. Kendrick might make the wall.
Hey, listen. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. Kendrick might make.
So yeah, I have more thoughts, but I spoke for quite some time. What are your thoughts?
I mean, we can keep talking. I feel like the back and forth is good. What I'll say is, man, can we talk about Crody?
You bringing pets into the beef.
What did the little kitty cat do to you, Kendrick?
Oh my God, so funny. My man brought pets into it.
he said, I'm gonna get your cat too.
Which
Like,
is
he didn't
perfect.
actually say that, but I'm just saying, I'm just being funny.
Which is perfect because once again, it to me goes back to For All the Dogs.
Right. Right. I just
And let me say something.
mm,
Speaking of things Kendrick said, I kind of feel bad for the rap girls because people are out there working hard. You know, they're
yeah,
out there putting their best music out.
I want to talk about this. Yes.
They're speaking to their favorite producers, trying to get popping.
Yeah.
And Sexy Red about to be the most famous woman rapper on the planet. Because not only does Sexy Red be chilling with Drake all the time, not only is she on his hit single, Rich Baby Daddy, but now she is in the beef.
She Drake is her baddie friend.
Hey, listen,
Drake is her baddie friend. Isn't that wild?
my man said, when you look at you and Sexy Red, you see two baddies.
Oh, that is a that is yo. Okay. I didn't know what we were
Kryptonite.
getting, you know, with a Kendrick response. I knew it was going to be good. We talked about this. We said if Kendrick responds, it's going to
Right.
be good. I don't think we questioned that too much.
No.
But some of
Well,
the things
well,
he said,
well, I won't lie. I did say I believe it will be good, but I don't know for sure.
right.
So I
I
don't want to come up here and lie because they'll find old footage and be like,
That's true.
sir, sir, we right here. We got the transcript, sir.
That's true. But I just some of the lines in the song, I'm like, oh, okay. He really got in his bag. Um, he talked about a lot of different things. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that he. Okay, can we talk?
Well,
We
you
got to
don't
talk
have to
about
quote stuff.
BBLs.
Just talk about how you feel about the record.
No, but we got to talk about BBLs for a second because this goes hand in hand with how I feel. Is this gonna be a problem? Like, are the boys gonna keep talking about BBLs?
I don't know. I
Because
don't know.
when
But
I
my man
saw,
said, tell that to your core fans because you can't get no more abs or some shit like that. Oh, man.
listen, this BBL conversation that is happening among these men is just hilarious to me.
You
On
know,
one hand, I feel
they
like,
want to be baddies too.
well, Drake is a baddie apparently,
And further evidence.
but one of the things that I think I'm conflicted with all of the BBL talk because yes, it is funny. But I think there's also a bit of y'all don't want to hear this, I know, but there's also a bit of misogyny in it, right? Like there's also listen
How?
before you no, come on. Because there's this idea that plastic surgery is like a woman thing. And that's what they're alluding to every time all right. That's what they're alluding to every time they talk about Drake and these BBLs. They're making fun of him because of the fact that he's gotten work done and he's a man. If it was a woman, it wouldn't be that deep.
But it's not a woman.
Right. So my point is, you know, if a man want to go get his abs done, y'all really mad at that? I don't want a man who got his abs done. But this is not about me. I
But then
like my men au
how can you say
natural.
both of those things? Huh?
Huh? I said I like my men au natural. Like I don't need. I,
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So how can you say both? How can you call it misogyny and then turn around and say, but I don't want my man to have a
that's a personal
BBL?
preference. I'm not talking about personal preferences right now. I'm talking about the fact that everybody keeps shaming Drake for this this plastic surgery stuff, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
wow.
Listen, in beef, You talk about niggas.
I know. It's fun. It. Like I said, it's funny. I'm not. I mean,
I mean,
I'm just as
Nas
toxic as
said
everybody else,
Jay-Z
and I
had
laughed
dick
at it.
sucking lips.
He did say that. He did say that. I don't.
So I mean,
He damn sure did say that.
that's what he said. I mean, so my point is, in beef, you supposed to take out things that you could pick apart,
Yeah.
and use against the person.
No, you're right. You're right. I just feel like it's because then it comes off it comes off the page when it comes to Rick Ross. Rick Ross don't got nothing to do with it.
Crody, Crody, Crody.
Rick Ross don't have nothing to do with
Oh,
this.
man.
And yet he
Crody,
finds
Crody,
himself.
Crody.
Just moments later, he finds himself involved in it. He want to be
No. Hold on. Drake dissed him, and he responded.
He did, but
So
I'm just
he's engaged.
but
He's not like Kanye, who just showed up and decided we're energized about the elimination of
no,
Drake.
that's not true. Drake dissed him after he came out and played the Kendrick
He
verse
played the song, yeah.
on
So
Instagram and was
yeah,
basically
so
alluding to, oh, I like this.
all right, so we ain't friends anyway, nigga. You got this.
That's fine, but I'm just saying in terms of when Rick Ross got involved in it, Rick Ross was involved
Yeah,
in it the
you're
moment he
right. Okay,
posted that
you're right.
video.
I concede. I concede.
So,
You're right.
but
Because
exactly
he did let him know, hey, we ain't fucking with you.
right. And then
But
calling him white boy again and saying saying that he don't got
he gonna
enough
keep calling him that.
and then saying he don't got enough niggas around him. Well, which one is it, Rick Ross?
Both.
Okay, fair.
Both.
So, did I like the song? I think I made it clear that I do like the song.
Okay.
I love that it was long because I feel like we covered a lot of bases with it.
Yes.
I already said that I love the beat changes. I think that's my favorite part. Obviously, there's a lot of quips in there. I've mentioned some of them that stood out to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I think this is, like I said, this was skillfully done. I think that, like I said, Kendrick did his big one.
Right.
Ken,
His big move. That was his big
yeah,
move.
Kendrick did his thing.
Yeah.
I think that push-ups was cool, but
Come on.
this
Say it.
this the one. This the
Okay.
one. If we doing a matchup, this the one because Kendrick really just kind of. I mean, I know he mentioned other people, but Kendrick was really talking about Drake the whole time.
I mean, he didn't really he mentioned other people as metaphors, similes,
Yeah,
references, but he wasn't dissing
he wasn't
anyone.
dissing them.
Well,
I mean,
Cole got a little.
small, yeah, but again, he's
But it
not a
was a
part of
Drake
that
diss.
anymore.
Yeah, he left. And he's probably glad he left.
Right. A lot of people have been saying that he's probably sitting back like, you know
Right.
what? You know what? This is actually a lot of fun to watch. And I'm just grateful that I am
His
grown and mature
if
and I'm not getting in the weeds and let them hash it out. And I'm going to just be over here, running my businesses, working on the fall off. And I'll see y'all in a little bit.
right. Yep. If he doesn't diss Kanye, which I think J. Cole should, but if he doesn't diss Kanye, he should totally have a record on his fall off album called Dodge the Bullet about how he
Yeah,
avoided all the drama
he
by
should.
apologizing and leaving.
He absolutely should. I'm here for that.
Totally would be the name of one of my songs if I was him. Dodge the Bullet.
I would love that. I think that's great.
Or Living Peacefully. Oh, Unapologetic.
Unapologetic. Yep. Um, Protecting my peace.
All of those things. There you
Yeah,
go.
he's got a lot of options there.
Yep.
I'm trying.
So back to this record.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of what else.
Do you have a favorite line?
Um, I think I said it earlier. The one about truths and lies.
Okay, so the end of the first beat. Okay. Which of the three beats you like better? It's hard to choose before you choose. I will say, I will give you grace before you even choose. It is hard to choose
Hmm.
because the second beat is what we hear the longest.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the second beat.
Yeah,
And I think
because they did a lot with that beat. Like they
it's
took out the horns and then put in other instruments, took out the this, like they did a lot with that second beat.
yeah, the second beat definitely, and maybe because we spent so much time with the second beat. But
It makes sense.
but yeah, I was gonna say though, I just remembered the ending of the song.
We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Crody, Crody, Crody.
Crody. That's an interesting name for a cat. No.
It's Canadian. That's what Drake said in the clip
Oh,
that went around.
okay.
Yeah, said it's Canadian.
What is
I
it?
don't know. I don't know. We gotta call Drake. I don't know.
Um,
I, I don't know.
why would I know
I
that?
don't
I'm
know
not
what
Canadian.
nobody's cat name means. All these cat people be naming their cats crazy, crazy shit. Or real names. You be thinking a person's about to come. They'd be like, Robert,
Rose.
Robert,
Rose.
Robert. Shit just meow. You'd be like, what the fuck, nigga? Robert is your cat? They'd be like, yes, hold on. Yeah, but hold on because Donald is missing. Hold on. Donald? Donald be like, nigga, what is going on in here?
Well, Crody. I hope Crody doesn't go.
Cody made the record.
Listen,
Drake's son made the record.
the next time Drake comes out with a song, you're probably gonna hear Crody meow.
Yeah, and we should hear his son spit some bars. No, he shouldn't do that, actually.
Not in
I'm
not
joking. He
not in a
shouldn't do that.
beef.
No,
I
no.
don't care if he does it like as an album track, like something that they did that was
But
put
I'll
together.
be honest. Okay, are we done talking about the record and you want to move to the comparison of the two of them? Or you
Yeah,
or you
we
still
can.
got more about the record?
Yeah, it just
All
came
right.
out today. I
So,
gotta listen to it some more, but I think we covered most of the bases.
okay, let me just wrap up then because I still got more thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Um, sorry.
No, do you think?
Um, I think he covered a lot of ground, which you said. Um, have to be honest. I don't think that Kendrick is done. I know everyone is saying it's time for Drake to respond. But I feel confident after hearing the 6 minutes that Kendrick is hoping Drake responds. And the reason I say that is because he mentioned so much stuff. The rumor
Mhm.
about being on like that, um, you trying to send a cease and desist for like that. Just so much stuff he mentioned. You know, I was busy raising my son, something that, you don't know nothing about that.
Wait, the cease and desist line was about Tupac.
No, 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 no. He said you sent a cease and desist for the like that song. What happened? You ain't like that song?
Oh, but there was a line about Tupac, right?
He said I'd rather die than let Tupac toss in his grave.
Okay, maybe that came right after or something. So I was associating the two.
It's all good. Um yeah, listen, he covered the AI stuff. He said I was busy, teaching my son about life and how to be a man. You don't know nothing about that though. You know. So,
And just,
you know,
sorry,
go ahead.
saying I hate you and then listing all the things because we didn't talk about that. Saying I hate you and then listing all the things I hate about you.
I think that was a DMX reference.
Really?
There's a clip of DMX at Breakfast Club years ago, and they
Okay.
asked him, "What you think about Drake?" He's like, "I hate everything about this nigga. I hate the way he walks. I hate the way he talks. I hate his haircut. I don't like the way he says nigga.
Oh, and I vaguely remember that. Now that you say that.
I think that's what Kendrick was referencing. And if he was, that's super dope.
Yeah.
If he wasn't, it's funny either way because then who knew? Look, you feel the same way. Yeah. I like that he called himself a hater.
He did. He did.
Totally like that.
Stand in it. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
stand on business, but stand in it.
And and he said another thing he hates. He said, and this is you should probably say this, not me, but I'm gonna say it. He said, "We tired about hearing all the women."
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, he said, "We tired about hearing all the women that you dating confusing themselves with real women." And when I say we, it ain't just me. I'm what the culture's feeling.
He did say that.
He bodied, he bodied all the women.
He won just for
Now that was misogyny.
Oh yeah. But you
That
know
was
what? They won't
misogyny.
catch that
It
and
was
they'll
like
be
all
like,
Drake's
Kendrick
women.
is so
Get out.
conscious.
Well, he said they confuse themselves with real women.
Yeah,
So,
no, he said it. He said it. So hmm,
all right, so let's switch it up. Let's get to Drake and what goes next in this battle.
okay.
I think, and I already see some people saying the opposite, but I think if it's push-ups versus euphoria, I have euphoria winning that round.
Agree. That's what I was, trying to say.
Now I do give a little asterisk, you know, a little asterisk for Drake because he did have to fight a lot of people. He did have a
Right.
lot of people to address.
Yeah.
So I give him a little bit of grace.
Hmm.
But this 6 minutes, it wasn't fluff. Like even in Champagne Moments, which I really like the Rick Ross diss, he kind of is just talking regular shit in the beginning.
Hmm.
He don't really get into the heat until verse 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I like Champagne Moments a lot. Um, but even that, like, it had some fluff.
Hmm.
And same thing, like push-ups, the whole second verse almost is about everybody else.
Yeah.
So, there wasn't any fluff here. This was, you know, this was this was all about Drake.
It was fire.
So for me, uh, this round goes to Kendrick.
Hmm.
Who do you give it to?
Kendrick. I mean, I already said that. You know, back when I back
Back
when
when you were sipping champagne by the pool?
exactly. Exactly that. But yeah, no, I give it to Kendrick. I think it's an easy choice.
Okay.
I think that Drake did. I think Drake did a good job. I was excited about Drake's
Push-ups.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not
and
counting tailor-made freestyle
no, I know
because
it's just
there
put
was
it
AI. We
right.
removed the AI. You took
Yeah,
it down.
no,
And that was kind of just you trying to get Kendrick to respond anyway. So, eh.
but I think that I don't know. I think that Drake maybe it's just like a stylistic choice. I think that
What's a stylistic choice?
Kendrick just there was more nuance. There was
Okay.
um there was more character. It was just a more exciting record.
I mean, there were 6 characters. No, I'm just kidding.
But it was just it's just a more exciting record. And I we broke down a lot of things like the beat, the flows changing up. Um,
Cadence.
yeah, like him being able to change his cadence. Um, the lyrics, because that's an important part of a diss record, right?
Right.
It doesn't negate what Drake did, because
Right. No, he did
people in
good.
here and said that I liked what Drake did.
Absolutely. No, push-ups is good. Nobody here is shitting on records, but we having a fight. So we choosing who won round one. That's all.
Right. And I do feel like
Yeah.
Kendrick took it home. I don't know. I mean, and also we've kind of, it may just be the excitement of hearing the record today, because we have had a couple of weeks to kind of, you know, let go of what has been released. And I think that around the time where Push Ups came out, and then the Rick Ross record comes out, and then there's just a bunch of stuff that I think people started to get beef fatigue, honestly.
Oh, I
And
don't think that.
oh, I think people did. I think there were
I
a
think
lot
I
of,
think we've all just been sitting on the edge of our seats waiting.
nah, I think a lot of people were frustrated, especially with the AI stuff, and not really knowing what was real and what wasn't. And I think people
Okay,
were
I
getting
see that.
fatigued with it, and there was so much happening. I think people just kind of got overstimulated. But so we got a couple weeks to kind of, I mean, it was smart releasing it now when we kind of had a little break from it. I think it's the timing of it is perfect. I don't think he should have released it any sooner in
Right.
hindsight. Um,
Okay.
so I think all of that is a factor. I don't,
Okay.
if it came out a day or two after Drake releases Push Ups, I might not feel the same way. I'll still think that this is a dope record, but I think that we would still be kind of in that pressure cooker feeling, like we're, so. But he did his thing. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah,
Um,
me.
he did his thing.
Uh, I agree. I agree with a lot of that. I will say this. I know Rick Ross joked that you probably shouldn't respond. Uh, Drake Drake should respond. I
Yeah,
know Rick Ross is making jokes. Um, but Drake should respond.
he should.
Uh, because if he doesn't, this is a clear L. I don't think this one is going to be very debatable. I'm not on anybody's side, to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taping for anyone. I'm not a huge fan of either person.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a dog in this fight, which I said from the beginning
Because your
that
guy
this,
took himself out the running.
yep, unapologetic, protecting my peace, all that nonsense. But
I'll
yes,
go talk to my
Cole
therapist
left.
about it.
Right, Cole is busy with his therapist, and that makes me sad. But I don't have a dog in this race, so I'm just being objective. And
You
with
don't
that,
have
I
all
want to
the
say
dogs?
this: no, I have no dogs.
What about a cat?
Uh, no Crody, no Crody here.
No.
What I will say is this: jokes aside,
Mm-hmm.
if and when Drake responds, he's gonna have to really be creative
Yeah.
because just releasing bouncy beat. No, I say this wrong. Only releasing only doing, I don't know how to really describe it. If all you're gonna do is put out a bouncy beat that we could sing along to, that's not gonna do it for round two.
Well, let me say this. I'm going to take the words of your We Tune Together co host. And I'm
Okay.
going to say, because let me tell you about the youth. They be knowing, okay? Your co host said,
My daughter.
yes, she said, "Where's Marvin's Room, Drake?" She said, "Where's Drake from then? That's the
She
Drake
said
we
another
need."
song too, Perfection or
She said
something like
another
that.
song.
I can't
She
remember.
said, "That's the Drake we need." And while we don't need Marvin's Room specifically, that is the
She meant
Drake
that
we.
era, yeah.
Yes, yes. I know exactly what she meant, but I'm just making it clear to anybody who
To this
hasn't seen
audience, yeah.
it. We do need that Drake. That is the Drake who needs to come to the front of the line and show up, because that is a
Yeah.
different Drake. And I get, oh, evolution and maturity, and I don't know that Drake has matured. I've said that a lot of times.
But this is beef.
But this is beef, and we need that Drake to show up. And this is me, like, this is a very complimentary statement. Drake, what I'm trying to say is Drake has it in him.
Oh yeah,
Drake
I,
can
don't, I
do
think
it.
we all think that. Yeah,
Drake
we
can
all
come
think
up,
that.
pull up to the podium, and obliterate it. Drake is very much
Absolutely.
capable of doing so. We know this about Drake, but we need that Drake to come through. Come through those fake abs. We need the spirit of old Drake. Sorry, it was too easy.
Yikes.
It was too easy, but yes.
Um,
Yes, your daughter said that, and I think she made I think she hit it. She hit the nail on the head with that one. So
yeah,
you know,
thanks. I just think he's gonna have to really, really go into the utility belt.
yeah.
Because this is Kendrick's first full record.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably more coming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Kendrick showed us everything he's capable of.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he has nothing left in the tank. I'm saying look at all the things he showed us.
Right.
Kendrick showed up like Batman. It was like, oh, this is in my utility belt. This is in my utility belt. Oh yeah. Hold on. You need that? I got that too. Hold on. It's back here.
I am back.
That one is far. Exactly. It's like that one is far, but if I push this button by remote control, the back plane will drop it off right at the location.
Right.
And then jumped in his Kendrick mobile and left. So Drake has his hands full, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what Drake is gonna do next. I don't know how soon he's going to respond. I don't care about the quote unquote clock.
Yeah.
I am from an era where I've seen both. I've seen you have to wait until the person's album came out 6, 7, 8 months later. I've also seen cats go right up to Hot 97 and drop freestyle after freestyle about you 3 days later after your album came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool with whatever if it's heat. The same thing I said when Drake dropped Push Ups. I didn't know when Kendrick was responding, but I said Kendrick better come with heat. If Drake responds, I think he should. He needs to come with heat. He needs to be creative. Now is the time to show us what you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now is the time to say, hey, here's all the things that Superman is capable of, keeping it in the same analogy, right? Here's what to say, well, nigga, I got heat vision and super speed, and I could fly, and I could see through the walls, and all this shit. This is what it's time to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if today's Drake is gonna do that. I think he's capable, yes, but I don't know if he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And last thing I want to say, I kind of feel Kendrick, man. He said, I like Drake with the melodies, not Drake when he acts like he's a thug. I always think that's weird. That like the richer Drake got, the more thug he tried to be.
Yeah, we don't need that. We just need the I think the authenticity of, like I said, when Drake was in that old era, I think it was very effortless for him to give us like that real. I don't want to. Maybe the real is not the right way to say it, but that rapidy rap.
Authentic. Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
What the kids call lyrical miracle.
lyrical miracle. I think that was authentic. I don't think he really had to. I don't think he really had to reach too deep for that. I think he was just, that was the mode he was in. That was the zone he was in. I get that. Yeah, you get rich and things change, and maybe, and you probably at this point, sometimes they tell you don't pursue the things that you're passionate about as work, because of the fact that you may not like it as much as you did when it was a hobby. And I could totally see that happening with someone who has had a very long music career And when they first started, their heart was really in it, and they were really trying to make music for the people. And they, this is in my soul, and I love this. I could totally see you becoming jaded over the years and getting to a point where that,
which is a Drake song too,
right, which is having that happen, and it kind of changing your perspective and changing your drive and your ambition, and what you put into the music changes. We see other artists, I won't name any, but we see other artists where you can tell like they've had long careers, but it looks like they're still like trying to level up themselves. I feel like Drake is not really in that space. Drake is very much like, listen, this is
yeah, this is what y'all get this time.
I'm having a good time. This is my job. I'm gonna do it, but you're not gonna get like that guy worked really, 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 really hard, and this guy is working smarter, not harder.
Right.
So, and again, that's not a knock to Drake. My compliment to Drake is that I think he can show up. And I think he did great on Push Ups.
Yeah.
But now it's
Agreed.
time. Now Drake, it's time for the Kendrick diss, the full Kendrick diss, because yes, you talk to a lot of people on Push Ups. So now it's time to. He's looking at you. He's pointing at you. You point right back at him. At this point, that's what I'm ready for. So
he said no. He said a 20v1. Yeah, me versus you and all your writers. Oh, that was foul, but I love
Kendrick
it.
has a good sense of humor, it seems. I said this with Drake. I said because I feel like Drake's personality really showed through on Push Ups, and I feel the same way about Kendrick. Like
That's what's supposed to happen in
their
beats.
personality. It's one thing when they release an album and they've got like a theme and it's supposed to be cohesive, so they did like this thing, but when they get to do these diss tracks, you really get to like see, like you said, the creativity and the charisma and
Right.
the riz.
And that's our show.
I learned that from the kiddos. Okay.
And that is our show.
We're gonna have to
Chat.
start doing Dash's word of the week.
All right, chat. That's our show.
There you go. I'm gonna take my riz and go.
Right. We will see y'all tomorrow night.
Bye.